A lot of the stress that people experience isn't just from what's happening today. It comes from subconscious patterns that we built over time. You see, our brain evolved to constantly search for patterns because predictability is safer. It conserves energy and it speeds up our actions. And the brain's ability to form patterns allowed us to develop complex actions like language or to use tools or play an instrument and even survive dangers in the wild. Now, modern life activates the same circuits. While we don't have the same danger, we do have food and phones and social media that trigger those same ancient circuits that hijack our mind. Our subconscious is recording everything we experience, and it then forms patterns from this massive amount of data that's coming at us at all times to try to figure out what pathway we need and what's important. And so our brain, it learns especially fast when there's a behavior that removes our discomfort. And it's actually called negative reinforcement. So an example is if you were to say have stress and then you ate and you felt calmer, your brain would form that pattern. It would attach stress to eating to comfort. Or if you felt anxiety and you, let's say, scrolled through social media or avoided a task, you would feel better and get that temporary relief. So your brain forms that pattern and says, okay, when anxiety happens, if I scroll on social media, I'll get that relief that I need. And so each time this relief happens, the brain releases dopamine and it strengthens the neural pathway. And your brain uses these patterns to build an internal model of who you are. When a behavior repeats itself enough, it stops becoming something that you do and becomes part of who you are. And once this identity forms, the brain begins to defend the pattern. And so when you try to change the behavior, it feels really uncomfortable because it creates this internal conflict. And this is where people get frustrated. The thinking brain understands the problem, but the habits live deeper in the nervous system. So a person can actually know exactly what they need to do and still not be able to do it. I promise you, it's not a willpower problem, it's a wiring problem. But the good news is the patterns can be changed. And sometimes the patterns we've lived with for years aren't visible. Like you can't see them and you can't touch them, but they show up in our reactions or our energy or the cycles that we keep repeating. And the good news, it's possible to shift them. And by working with the body's energy and the subtle signals that our nervous system carry, these hidden patterns can be released. And when they do, people start to notice that they stopped overreacting to stress. They're more clear and they're more confident in their decisions. They break bad cycles and habits. And more importantly, they're present. They're in the real moment, really who they are, not reacting to past behaviors, not responding to stress, but living in the moment. So it's not about doing more or forcing a change. It's allowing the patterns that no longer serve you to release. So your mind and body can respond in new ways, naturally and effortlessly, and respond to who you really are, not a collection of the stresses that you've accumulated over a lifetime. So I want you to check out our site, our YouTube channel, for more information and learn how to unlock your neurological potential because we can help you.